Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 13 of What If Naruto Was the Demigod of Fire. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was half Uchiha with a godlike yin yang ability, and enjoy that guys. And remember, for new, yes I indeed have 4 channels which I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And yeah, without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. So, the last spot we left off. 3 years had passed by since Naruto and Teiwai had made their way with Jiraiya on their training trip. The 3 years had proven quite fruitful for a lot of people, not just outside the Hidden Leaf but within as well. However, at that moment, there was a battle commencing. Shino, the leader of the Sky Nation, who wanted to wage war on Konoha because of what they lost in the Third Great Shinobi War, was currently at a loss as he looked up to the heavens to see none other than a ball of fire, which was Naruto. Naruto came down and destroyed the entire thing. This palace fell from the heavens. Naruto had grown a lot, as he was shown to be quite muscular, taller, but he was not the only one. Teiwaya had also grown a lot as well. She looked like an athlete, someone that was brimming with power and strength. The both of them had grown immensely over the past couple of years. But it was time that they head back to Konoha. As for Konoha, because of the growth that Naruto had shown in the younger years, many of his classmates, even the lazy Nara, wanted to show that they have also gotten stronger as well, as the group had trained immensely. So now they wanted to give them a test on their boosting skills. Her taking the job was a godsend, as she had changed many things and also improved the younger generation as well, to make sure they could handle better threats. And so far Konoha was booming with activity. Things were going rather well as they were waiting for the arrival of Naruto. Sakura was also one of them, as has grown greatly over the past couple of years. Her hearing about Sasuke, well, doing this dangerous mission, she wanted to make sure when the time that Sasuke needed her on his side, that both Naruto and her would be there. She didn't want to be in the background, she wanted the help. So that is why she had stuck to her training, and Snatty couldn't be any more proud as Naruto finally arrived at the village, releasing a heat wave over the village as he did, showing that he was back and stronger than ever. Arriving back, they were shocked though by his height and his muscle, as Naruto had gotten incredibly large. As him and Teiwai were now an item, Jiraiya was so happy to get rid of both of them. The both of them had been nothing but trouble over the past couple of years, as that was shown when the both of them started to act all crazy already. It seems the both of them getting together had turned them into a completely different kind of monster, in horrible ways and good ways as well. However, what was taking place outside the Elemental Nation was what they should really be focusing on, but they had no idea. The former name that Naruto had was Sukuna, the god of fire, as he was said to be the strongest out of the elemental gods. Lily was the god of wind. The generation of gods had passed on to the younger generation over millennia, as Lily had watched several of them. Lily was close to Naruto, unlike several others. The thing was, Naruto was put to death, the reason being, he was said to be causing chaos by making deals with the dark elements. The dark elements were a different race of elements who war with the elemental gods, trying to take over and destroy everything that is pure. So they fought with them for generations, decades, histories, went through bloodshed and chaos. Each of the gods have their own section. Despite them looking like they were close, they were not. It was just the realms. The fire section, the water, the wind, the earth, the lightning, all of them had their own section. However, now, the water god has called them together after so long. It was because of the reawakening of the fire god. As time flew differently here than it flew in the elemental nation, so for now Naruto was safe. But there was no way that the water god would just jump to make actions or do anything that would cause damage. That is why he had to call the council between the other gods to find out their next course of action. The earth god, massive and tall, his name was Groot. The lightning god, his name was Raging, glowing with power of electricity. And in the center was the water god, blue eyes, white and blue hair. His name was Oceanus. As they asked why he called them, he told them that the reawakening of Sukuna has returned. He promised them before he was executed that his spirit would never burn out, that his heat was too hot to be extinguished, and he was back. As the other gods looked worried, as Lily kept her composure knowing how bad this could be. However, Oceanus had already made claims on some of his spies in the elemental nation, as he had people all around, his subordinates that had found that Sukuna was not as he once was. He had been changed into a different being entirely. Reincarnation. Skipping back to the elemental nation, Naruto made a bold claim to send all of the rookies after him, as he wanted to fight them all. Tsunade did want to test their strength, so she decided to go along with this. As Naruto and Teiwaya left, they kept everyone up, as, well, a lot of screaming and moanings could be heard. The next day, as everyone was gathered, including the Jonin senseis inside of the gigantic ring that they used for the Chunin exams, Kurna couldn't believe it, yes. He was on a training trip with a Sanin, but there was no possible way that Naruto could get so powerful that he believed that he could take on all of their students by himself. He would surely lose, she believed, as the others were not so sure about him winning against all of their students. Perhaps one team, but all of them combined. The rookies had working together over the past couple of years, so they knew each other move, not to mention they had kept in touch. As for Sasuke was still along with the idea of ending Orochimaru's life, as he would not allow this man to subjugate him and take over his body. It was only a matter of time now, as Sasuke had been a bit selfish, because he had grown exponentially stronger under Orochimaru, but he would not let the man take over his body in the slightest. However, it will be soon that he will call Konoha for them to bring the attack to end the Snake Sanin. As for Naruto, he arrived with Teiwaya, as Tsunade would have a different test for her, as she wanted this to be on Naruto. Both Naruto and Tsunade made a bet. If he was able to knock everyone unconscious in 15 minutes, she would send him on awesome missions. And if he lost, she would send him on, well, low-class missions for about 2 months straight, as that would really piss him off. Naruto accepted the deal as he turned towards his friends. All of them looked towards him, believing that he could not take them all, as Naruto told them to come with their best, because if they did not, they will lose. So with that, the battle began as they rushed forward. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play structure for yourself. So what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. Tsunade looked down below with a smile on her face as the battle commenced. She looked towards her hand where there was a stopwatch. As she activated it, 15 minutes, that was all that he got. You know, he's gonna win, right? And under 15 minutes. She glanced up towards Teiwaya. You have much confidence in him. Well, I'm not surprised you do, said Tsunade with a smile on her face. She was curious herself though. However, the way he presented himself and talk, not to mention, see how stronger he was when he was younger. She knew that the rookies have all grown exponentially, but Naruto was just something else. A different kind of powerhouse. A power that cannot be contained. And now they were gonna witness that. The Jonin senseis watched keenly as Kakashi observed the battle down below. Kiba was the first one to charge in. With a Getsuga, both him and Akamaru spun as Naruto stood there, a grin on his face. However, instead of going for Naruto, both him and Akamaru slammed into the ground, creating a lot of dust and debris, as Naruto stood there completely unfazed. What the hell was that, he said. That is when Naruto found himself stuck. Glancing down, Naruto saw his shadow was connected to another. Shadow possession technique complete. The voice of Shikamaru spoke up. That is when Neji burst right through. Shikamaru released his technique as Neji did. Neji then assaulted Naruto. Bare hand as his points were hit repeatedly. Neji Byakugan activated as he moved. Immense speed as he struck Naruto in the arms, in the legs, in the chest, in the stomach. Naruto was hit repeatedly before Neji palm blasted him in the stomach, throwing him back as Naruto was thrown through mid-air. That is when Lee Whirlwind. Lee came out of nowhere and slammed a brutal kick on the redhead. Naruto was blasted in the stadium wall. The smoke cleared away as Akamaru and Kiba stood there, Kiba crouching, with a grin on his face, showing off his teeth. He underestimated all of us. Our teamwork over the years have gotten a lot better. It's gonna take much more than what you have to defeat us, Naruto, Kiba called out. Up in the stands, the Jonins all looked down, as Kurenai had a smile of satisfaction on her face. Not to say Naruto had not gotten strong because he had not shown much yet, but she had faith in her students down there, as Kiba and the other rookies had worked in well together over the past few years. As Guy had a look on his face though. What's with that look, she said. Did you not see his face while he was being hit by Neji? Kurenai was not paying much attention to his face, as she looked towards Guy. What are you? Asuma spoke up. His hand moved. He could have moved, he could have done something, but he stopped himself, said Asuma. On purpose, said Kurenai. Why would he stood there and take the full assault from Neji like that? Kakashi sighed. Before Naruto begins a fight, he liked to judge his opponent's strength. He has done that a lot in the past. Why would he do something like that? That could get him killed, Kurenai said. With the body that he has, it's kind of hard to. When he was younger, his skin was already tough enough that at the time I thought he was empowering himself with earth element, but he has not shown any affinity in that. His skin is just naturally tough, and now, there's no telling how tougher it has gotten. But what about his points? With his chakra points being sealed off, there is no way that he can actually. Kurenai was cut off as he felt a heat wave. Laughter then followed. Neji himself glanced over. As he stood there, all of them focusing. He's laughing, said Kiba, feeling a trail of sweat run down his face. It was because of the heat, he told himself. As Naruto stepped out of the hole, completely unharmed. That was good, said Naruto. Neji's eyes widened as he focused on Naruto with his Byakugan, as Hinata gasped, seeing it. His points. They're not close, she said in surprise. As Naruto cricked his neck. You think your jabs could actually stop my flames from flowing through my points, said Naruto. How is this possible, said Hinata. What's wrong, Sakura said, holding back. It's chakra. It doesn't look. It's hard to explain, Hinata said. It's like his body is composed of nothing but fire on the inside. I know it's chakra, but it doesn't look like it. At all. Are you saying that flames is running through his body instead of chakra? Asked Ino. Something like that, Hinata said. As she couldn't explain it, Neji himself was shocked. Hey, what's going on, said Kiba, looking towards Neji. Watch yourself for his flames. We have no idea how hot they have gotten, said Neji. Yeah, he's right, said Naruto. Well, sorry about this, but I can't really allow you guys to last more than 15 minutes. As he glanced towards Snappy. After all, she's timing me. Snappy looked down towards him with a smug smirk. You have 13 minutes and 50 seconds left. It seems like it's gonna be a buttload of D ranks for 2 months. I could take them in 5, said Naruto. However, why don't I put on a little show for you? Besides, said Naruto as the ground started to crack. You want to see what I've learned over the past few years. You want to see how much more powerful I've gotten. You want to see the depths of what I can truly do. The ground started to crack and spasm as a wave of heat started to resonate from Naruto's body, causing the people around to sweat. Get ready. Here I come. Upon saying that, Neji braced himself. Confusion was written all over the Hyuga's face. As Naruto disappeared, his eyes saw the flaming chakra, but Kiba was shocked. Looking down, Kiba saw a fist buried in his stomach. No pain. The pain had yet to sink in. He felt nothing at all, because the pain did not fully sink in yet. Of what was going on, his mind couldn't understand that Naruto was upon him. It then came. Kiba was blasted like a cannon. Akamaru rushed towards his partner's side as Kiba was thrown through mid-air. No one could stop him as he slammed into the wall. The Jonin snapped their head towards a crater in the wall, shocked beyond disbelief. Kunai was confused. What just happened? She said. Did he teleport? Guy was astonished. No. Kakashi was the one that speak. His Sharingan on full display. That was just raw speed, said Kakashi. Kiba was out cold. Unconscious, Snazzy made a gesture as the Anvu came down and picked Kiba up. As the boy was brought towards him, Akamaru also exited from the fight as well, coming up towards his partner. Kiba was out cold, a large bruise on his stomach. He was unconscious, but nothing too bad. That's just the first, said Teiwaya, looking down towards Naruto. Naruto turned towards the rookies with a grin. That is when Lee appeared, pumped with flames. Lee's feet weaved through the sky, seeming to break the air pressure, blasting towards Naruto's face. As Lee rested a hand on the ground, Naruto brought his arm up and blocked. The force was cancelled out completely. As Naruto hand lashed out and tried to grab Lee, but before he could, a massive hand came down upon the both of them. Lee's shadow was connected with Shikamaru's as Shikamaru jumped back with Lee. Seeing that he couldn't jump back in that awkward position, Naruto looked up as he saw the hand. Hand from none other than Choji Akimichi. The hand smashed the ground as dust and debris flew everywhere. Did you get him? Ino called out. Yeah, I think Choji cried out as his hand was blasted away. His hand quickly shrunk back to normal size as the center was burned. Choji, move! Shikamaru cried out, still connected to Lee. Choji's eyes went wide as he turned, as Naruto came in full force. Naruto was like a missile as his head slammed right into Choji. The force caused Choji's eyes to widen as he was blasted away. However, Naruto rushed forward and appeared behind him. Before he grabbed Choji around the waist, his arms being big enough to hold Choji and lift him, before dropping him in the ground over him. Choji was knocked out cold as Naruto jumped to his feet. Another Anvu picking up Choji. Asuma winced at the display. Another one out cold. That is when Tenten leaped up into the sky. She opened both of her scrolls as weapons came raining down. Naruto saw the projectile before he took in a deep breath. He then proceeded to exhale flames. An ungodly amount of flames blasted from his mouth, melting all the weapons. Tenten had to quickly dislodge, throwing herself down as she crashed on the ground. What the hell, she said. Not even a single weapon fell. All of them melted. Hinata and Neji nodded toward each other as Naruto rushed forward towards Tenten, her eyes widening. 8 tetragrams, empty palm. A blast of force came from their palm, made from nothing but chakra. Naruto crossed his arm as the thing slammed into him, blasting him back. Lee appeared behind Naruto and slammed a brutal kick in his back, sending him forward, right into none other than Sakura. As Shikamaru nodded his head now, he said, her being the one with the most force on the team. Sakura clenched her fist as she pulled it back. Snazzy looked upon the scene with a smile. It's over, she thought. Sorry about this, Naruto, said Sakura as she launched her fist infused with chakra forward, right into the unarmed. Unable to stop it, Naruto, the fist slammed right into his stomach as she drove him into the earth. Boom! The entire place erupted. Holy shit, Kurna had to say. She's gotten as strong as our Hokage. Well, she did train underneath her, said Kakashi. I am not surprised. But that's some freaky strength. I feel pity for the guy that goes out with her. Asuma joked. As dust and debris slowly started to settle down, Snavy looked towards the watch as Teiwaya saw it. Hey, you idiot, she shouted out. There's only 9 minutes left. I am not taking a single one of those lame-ass missions with you. So you better get your shit together and stop playing around. What did she say? Playing around. What does she mean by that? Said Tenten. Seriously guys, what does she mean by him playing around? You know, Sakura, Tenten was cut off as she heard that. Sakura was shocked. Yes, of course she did not use her full strength. But she knew that Naruto was strong, so she used a large amount of it, holding back just a tiny amount. It was a natural reaction that you hold back on a comrade to not cause them that much damage, but the amount of force that she used should take down any Jonin. Snad even complimented her own strength, saying that in time her strength will be far greater than hers. Sakura knew that she put enough power in to knock Naruto out cold. However, she watches Naruto lie on the ground. Her fist was right in his stomach. A stone-well lean stomach. As Naruto looked up towards her with a cheeky smile, you have gotten a lot stronger. In the olden days, I wouldn't have even felt your punch. But now, I must say, that kind of hurt, said Naruto. I'm impressed, as Naruto patted her on the hand. Sakura wondered if he was just saying this to make her feel good, because he did not look hurt in the slightest. When the smoke cleared, Kurenai's eyes widened. How is that possible? How is he still talking? Let alone conscious? Seems like Kakashi was right, Asuma said. The kid is freakishly durable. Sakura drove her other fist down, trying to knock Naruto out. However, this time Naruto's fist came up. The two colliding forces caused a violent backlash. Tenten and Ino were blown away. Lee had to jump back quickly so he wouldn't be blown away as Shikamaru was sent sailing. Neji jumped in front of Hinata as he spun, using the rotation to cancel the effect of the force. Once everything died down, everyone checked as Shikamaru glanced over towards their trump card in this. Hey, what's going on? Hasn't they sucked most of his chakra yet? As Shino frowned to himself. Don't tell me. Something is wrong, isn't it? It's chakra. My bugs. They cannot consume enough to take him out. What do you mean? For one thing, his chakra pools are enormous. And the other, his chakra is too hot. It's burning them alive. I cannot dispatch any more bugs to take his chakra. Damn it, Shikamaru said, as he figured that would be a problem, thinking that Shino could suck Naruto while this was going on. His bugs would crawl around and get on Naruto and suck out his chakra. However, damn it, they were getting nowhere. All of his plans so far has come to a bitter failure. And now, as he saw Sakura leap away, she landed a good distance as Naruto burst out of smoke. Sakura jumped back as Naruto's fists destroyed the ground. The members quickly regrouped as Sakura got into the back as their healer. They thought that would work. Hey, jackass! Naruto glanced up. You only have 8 minutes and 30 seconds left, said Teiwaya. Would you hurry up and finish this already? If you don't, you're gonna be going on those missions alone. Oh, come on. Can't you see I'm testing their strength? But you're right, I did make a deal, said Naruto. I guess it's time I stop pulling my punches so much. Besides, this will be a good excuse for you guys to keep on training, to get a whole lot stronger. After all, you haven't seen anything yet. Naruto disappeared, shocking everyone "Where is he?" said Shikamaru. They heard a cry as Ino fell to the ground unconscious. Shit. Shikamaru looked around as Ino was taken away by the Anvu. One chop, that was all it took to the neck. "He's fast," said Kunai, faster than she could have even expected. There was no way that he was on their level. He was far above it. "Ah, the planner. I should have taken you from the start." Shikamaru spun around, hearing that, his hand already locking the hand sign. "Too slow," said Naruto. A ball of flame appeared in his hand as he slammed it right into Shikamaru's stomach. The Naru was blasted. His clothing burned as he slammed across the ground. Naruto then raised his heel and slammed it down into the ground. A pressure of fire shot underneath the surface and knocked Shikamaru's conscious body up in the air. "Damn it," he cursed. As Naruto appeared above him, Lee jumped forward. "Not this time," said Naruto as he dodged Lee's fist mid-air and grabbed his arm before slamming his elbow in Lee's stomach. He then backhanded him out of the sky. Naruto then clasped his hands together. Night-night. He dropped it in Shikamaru. The Naru did not hit the ground as he was caught by Neji. However, he was unconscious. Damn it. Neji thought as Naruto crash landed, cracking the earth. Naruto then brought his hand together, and Anvu coming to take Shikamaru away. He then held his hand up to the sky that started to glow red. Before he brought his hand down and slapped the earth, he slapped it. Upon doing that, the earth rippled before spasm, and heat geysers started to explode from underneath the earth. As Naruto slapped it once more, it started to build up pressure and pressure until Naruto brought both hands down, slamming his hands into the earth. A force that was unlike any other exploded. Several people here was blown back, and that were those up in the stands. The rookies were not so lucky as bodies were sent sailing. In that brief second, Tenten found herself drifting into blissful unconsciousness as Naruto held her in his arms, before he handed her to the Anvu that appeared beside him. Looking out towards the rest of the members that start to regain their whips, Naruto rushed forward. Neji looked towards Hinata as the both of them rushed forward as well. Hinata, filled with confidence, she has grown a lot over the past couple of years, with the help of one Neji as well. The both of them engaged Naruto. Usually, it was a stupid idea to engage a Hyuga, but Naruto did not give one damn. Hinata lashed out, her palms moving with blur, coated in chakra, as Naruto slammed his hands into hers. Hinata was shocked. As she felt the heat, she actually got burned in the process, despite she should be the one closing off his points, but she got burned. As Naruto brought his hand up and flicked his finger right in her face, it was like Naruto was able to control steam, some kind of unknown Keiki Genkai. As a ball of steam slammed right into Hinata's forehead, causing the girl to stagger, Naruto dodged Neji's blow. Neji lashed out with everything that he got, moving at hyper speeds, trying to hit or at least strike Naruto in his points to take him down, as he was going to paralyze. Temporarily, not permanently though. Hinata was able to recover as she decided to attack as well. Seeing the both of them coming his way, Naruto took in a deep breath before he released steam from his nose and mouth like some kind of mythical dragon beast. The both of them were forced to stop as Naruto then clapped both of his hands together. The force that he generated with the steam shot outwards, blowing back the both of them, as Naruto appeared behind Neji and grabbed him. Upon doing so, Neji started to cry as Naruto applied a lot of pressure, before he lifted himself up and jumped. Neji's eyes widened as he struggled to get out of Naruto's grasp. However, the steam was so hot and not to mention filled with chakra that Neji could not even substitute. Boom! The Hyuga crashed into the ground. Hinata watched as the smoke was slowly dissipating her Byakugan on. She saw the red flame as Naruto burst out of the smoke. Lucky though, Lee appeared and brought his leg up, blocking Naruto's kick. "Ah, Lee," said Naruto. "Glad you're back on your feet, but it's not your time yet." Lee swung as Naruto ducked. Lee sent out several more kicks as Naruto moved, tilting his head in the process. Sakura regrouped with Hinata. Suddenly Lee jumped back though, as Naruto noticed something on the ground. Explosives, planted there by bugs. Explosives that were over him as well. Sorry about this. The voice of Shino came. As he set off the explosion, they exploded right upon Naruto. It would not be enough to kill him, but it would be enough to subdue. However, Shino should have tried to kill him because maybe then he would have at least have a small tiny amount of chance to knock Naruto out. That was quite a blast. As he heard a sound, it sounded like someone was sucking. As Naruto sucked in the smoke and the flames, before he released a burp, shocking everyone by what he just did. Shino held both his hands up as bugs rushed towards Naruto. Naruto held both of his hands as he rubbed them together. They turned red, releasing steam as Naruto clapped them. Shino's eyes went wide as he jumped away, willing his bugs to do so as well. As a wave of flame burned through the ground, Shino rolled as he got back up, as Naruto appeared in front of him, his arm outstretched. Shino's eyes went wide as Naruto slammed his arm right into him, blasting the Aburame through the sky. Shino crashed on the ground. Tsunade looked towards her watch. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Teiwai looked down there with a smirk on her face. Shino was taken away by the Anvu, leaving 3 members, Lee, Hinata, and Sakura. What's going on? She looked down as she saw Kiba. Just waking up, dog boy. As Kiba shook his head as Akamara licked his face. What the hell happened? Kiba thought. Kiba looked up as he saw Naruto running towards Lee, Sakura, and Hinata. As Lee rushed forward, however, Naruto held his hands out as tiny, strange balls appear, glowing. They had faces and mouths on them, like they were smiling constantly. As Naruto rushed forward, I'll deal with you last, he said, as he threw them towards Lee. Lee jumped away, however, Naruto smirked. As he stomped his hand in the ground, ripping out a huge chunk of the earth. He then threw it towards Lee. Lee was confused by this method as he jumped up in the sky. That is when he heard strange sounds as he looked up. Lee crossed his arms as he saw the things that Naruto created. They go off. Boom! Lee was blasted from the heavens. Luckily, he was not unconscious. Stay back, said Hinata. I'll stop him as she held her hand out. As she saw Naruto rushing towards her, she turned, rotation, as she spun. Naruto did not stop though. His hands became coated in flames. He then shoved them forward. Hinata, trying to keep up, realizing that her spin was becoming unstable, as Naruto's hand reached through and slammed right into the girl. Both of her shoulders were hit by his hands. Hinata was blasted right through her own dome. Sakura rushed forward and swung her fists as Naruto turned and their fists connected. Sakura was blasted back as she staggered. Naruto appeared in her guard and dropped his fist in her stomach, causing the girl to keel over. However, Sakura grabbed his arm. She was used to punches like these. She trained with Tsunade. She jumped upwards and slammed her knee in his face. She then pushed off and dropped her hands on the ground before she slammed a brutal kick in his stomach. Why isn't he moving? She then turned and released an assault of punches. Sakura's fists were relentless before she slammed another brutal one with greater amount of strength in his guts. Sakura panted as she looked up towards Naruto. As she saw blood running down his lip, his head lowered as he spat to the side. What? All of that for a drop of blood? Sakura thought. This was insane. Neji, who had awoken, glanced over towards the battle. His insides are so hot. There are so much flames that all of our attacks are barely even harming him. So that's why the bastard can take the punches without even budging, said Tsunade. Sakura stepped back as Naruto appeared in front of her. Sorry, but it's night-night, he said. And now that I see that you can take a lot, maybe I'll have to go a bit harder. Naruto clenched his fists. Sakura tried to punch him, but Naruto grabbed her wrists. As I said, night. This time when Naruto punched her, her lights went out as she was blasted away. Lee came and kicked Naruto in the back, blasting him right into the wall. As Naruto pulled himself up, Lee looked over towards him. Such a youthful battle. I still cannot believe you were able to take all of us out. Well, I was hoping that you would be the last, said Naruto. After all, why don't we visit that little battle we had back in the Chunin exams? So go on, release those gates of yours. It's time that we had some fun. Hey jackass! It's only 1 minute left, said Teiwaya. I mean 50 seconds. Naruto cursed, damn it Lee. Maybe another time. After all, I'm not gonna take any stupid D-rank missions. As Naruto rushed forward, Lee braced himself. He tried to punch Naruto, but Naruto ducked. Lee spun as he lashed out with a kick as Naruto blocked. Lee weaved as Naruto ducked once again. Lee slammed his foot down to crash on Naruto's butt. Naruto's shoulder was able to hold firm. That was a trick as Naruto grabbed Lee's leg. Naruto then pushed forward, pushing Lee off balance. However, Lee brought his other leg up. He slammed it in Naruto's chin. However, Naruto brought his chin down, forcing Lee's feet down. Not strong enough, said Naruto as he grabbed Lee and picked him up. Lee tried to stop it, but it was too late as Naruto bashed him in the ground. Once Naruto did, Naruto moved and assaulted Lee. The blows came like they were wind bullets. Lee felt pain subjugated throughout its entire being. The last one though, that was what sent him sailing, bouncing off the ground and slamming right through the wall. The force being too much for him to stay conscious. Snavy looked towards her watch. 35 seconds. As she stopped it, damn it, she thought. Not that she wasn't impressed by his growth, but she wanted to give him some D rank, just to piss him off because he was too high and mighty. The Jonins were shocked. Yes, they were. They had to be. After all, Naruto was able to take out all of their students by himself. And he was still on his feet. He did not even look that bad. He was on his feet. Damn it, said Kiba. After all these years. And he took us out by himself. Oh, don't be like that, dog boy. Kiba glanced up towards Teiwaya with a glare. He was pretty upset that he was taken down that easily. You shouldn't be upset. After all, in terms of strength, which he used down there to prove himself once again, he's the strongest. And there's no question about that. Besides, let me tell you something to make you not feel so horrible about your growth. And what's that? Kiba said in a sarcastic tone. I watched him fight a Sannin once, Jiraiya. And you know they say the Sannins are probably some of the strongest ninjas in the world to this date. Kage level they are. Yeah, said Kiba. Well, he won. What? You're joking, right? She shook her head. Of course not, she said, shaking her head no. 100% telling the truth. Well, he didn't fight him like how he is right now. What do you mean? Kiba asks. Let's just say that he's holding something back. So don't feel that bad about yourself. He's just out of your league. You know, that's not making me feel good about myself when you say that. Blame yourself for that. I don't really care, she said. Bitch, he whispered under his breath. Naruto bent his knees before leaping up towards where Tsunade was, as he landed right in front of her. He looked at the stopwatch in her hand, as he smiled right in her face. Well, seems I have a few seconds to spare, he said to her. You just got lucky. Luck had nothing to do with it, said Naruto. I'm just awesome. Yeah, you keep on telling yourself that. Maybe one day, we'll actually believe it. Still trying to crack wise, I see, said Naruto, despite you just lost. You know, I don't like losing. When I lose, I tend to lash out and break things. And people. As Naruto grinned right in her face. Well then, old woman, he said. Why don't you try to break me? I assure you, I don't break that easily. Snatty fist clenched as her eye twitched. What do you call me? You heard me, old. Bam! Her fist slammed right into his face, as Naruto was sent blasting through the wall. As he crashed on the ground, everyone shook their head at the sight. However, Snatty looked down towards her fist, as she saw Naruto picking himself back up. That bastard, she thought. He deliberately allowed her to square that hit on him. She felt it when her fist made contact with his cheek. He relaxed himself to be hit by her. Well, at least he still has some authority for respect, despite not showing it all the time. But he truly has gotten stronger. Far stronger than her, she could see. She could tell that he was holding back the entire fight. Jiraiya had filled her in on their little battle, and what Naruto could actually do. She knew going into this that the rookies would lose, as Naruto did not even pull out what he can fully do. However, this was motivation, as she saw it. Hey Naruto, Kiba said. Yeah? The next time we do this, I'll be the one standing triumphantly, and you'll be the one on the ground unconscious. Huh. Do you all think that way? Said Naruto, looking towards the others that had regained consciousness, as he saw the determination in their eyes. Well, that's something I can respect. Fine then, grow stronger, and then we'll fight again. We'll have a glorious battle. But for now, said Naruto, that fighting really got me hot. Kiba was confused. I thought that was your whole thing, heat. Oh, I'm not talking about that hotness. They were confused by his statement. Kurenai glanced over. Wait, does he mean? Teiwaya licked her lips. Can I do my test another time? She said to Snatty. As Snatty realized what the both of them were implying, she shook her head. Fine, she said. He's already a jackass when he gets what he wants. I can't even imagine how he will be if he doesn't get what he wants. As Naruto appeared. You know me all too well, he said, as he turned his gaze towards Teiwaya. Well then, said Naruto, you want to help me work off some of this heat. You know you're lucky, she said. If you had not defeated them in the 15 minutes, I would have cut you off for at least a month. You think you can cut this off, said Naruto. Besides, we both know who crave it more. Would you two get the hell out of here, said Snatty. Come on, said Naruto, cheer up. Sex is a wonderful and youthful thing. Don't you agree, Lee? Lee woke up at that moment, confused. Huh? Yes, it's a very youthful thing, he said, unaware of what he was agreeing to. As several of the girls around blushed, shaking their heads, and several people laughing. What's so funny, said Lee. Time skip. Seeing that Teiwaya was a genjutsu person, Snatty decided to test her with Kurenai. However, Teiwaya had surpassed everyone's expectations in that level as well. The thing was, Jiraiya brought her to several places that were off the map. People around the world that specialize in different arts of illusions. So when the battle of genjutsu did happen, which didn't seem like much seeing that both of them were not really doing anything at the first. However, their genjutsu casting was proven to be quick and fast. Kurenai was actually outplayed, as Teiwaya's sound-based genjutsu was something that she was not prepared for. But still, Kurenai quickly came back in with a clutch, showing that she was still a genjutsu mistress amongst Konoha, even the greater genjutsu users. However, it was only a matter of time before she was surpassed if she did not kept on upgrading her skills. In terms of endurance and strength and physique, Snatty judged that Teiwaya was higher than Kakashi. Her stamina and strength surpassed his, yes, as Kakashi would be even more weakened against her if he used a Sharingan. Her deception, her quick thinking, she has really grown in several different areas. She was elite Jonin level. Snatty was not sure that she could rank Naruto. Despite giving him the rank of Jonin, he was far above that, but she couldn't make him anything at the moment above that. Altogether, they were a rather deadly couple. And Teiwaya also used fire as well, it being one of her affinity, only one. She also used Earth as well, and with the power of her dokis that she could control, 3 humanoid monsters that she used her sound, and she no longer need a flute, yes. Extensive training over the years got her to be able to play her music with only her lips. That is why her and Kurnai had spoken about several different applications of genjutsu. Yes, things were going along great. This was how the first week of Konoha was spent, with them being back. Tsunade also called Naruto in to get updates about Sasuke as well. She was surprised when Naruto informed her that he met up with Sasuke over the past couple of years. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but actually 4 times. And yet she was not informed about that. Because of the small tracker that Naruto placed on Sasuke in form of Hellhound. Yes, a small piece of him. Naruto knew that Sasuke was still with them. Sent a pulse of chakra in every time to make sure, to show that he was on their side. However, he did not tell her about the meetings, as Naruto had simply went to go and check up on Sasuke to make sure everything was fine. After all, Sasuke was one of his best friends, who had gotten exponentially stronger from what Naruto was able to see with his eyes, as he could not wait to spar with him. As for the determination of the rookies, seeing what happened, everyone had started to put in a bit of extra work, as everyone was not going to be downplayed like that. And Tsunade was happy to see that. Naruto growth was allowing the others to grow as well. Jiraiya had went back out. After all, he was still trying to find the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki, another threat. However, Tsunade had no worries that Naruto wouldn't be able to protect himself the next time they showed their faces. And finally, here he was, to take a mission for the first time since returning. Seeing that Sasuke was away for the moment, and not to mention, Naruto had made a bet that Teiwai would be accompanying them. Team 7 was there with their 3 members. Well, they were not Team 7 anymore, seeing that Naruto was promoted to Jonin. As Naruto was there to embark, Sakura was there because of medical reasons, as she was working a lot at the hospital recently, as she was high up in the whole affair. Sakura had spoken to him about Sasuke not too long, as Naruto had told her that Sasuke missed her. She had blushed rather deeply hearing that, as Sasuke had asked about her. It's only a matter of time before they begin the attack. With the level that Naruto was at right now, Tsunade was safe to say that she could continue to believe that he could kill Orochimaru by himself, but she would still be sending backup. So, said Naruto, I'm here, and I hope you remember our bet. As once again he was not wearing anything except for his, well, jacket that showed off his muscular frame. Teiwaya, clothing was similar to what she was wearing instead. Her skirt was dark blue this time. Yeah, I remember, said Tsunade. Come on, you don't have to be so petty because you lost, said Naruto. The best you can do is say, you are the greatest, Naruto-sama. And I respect you. And here's your mission that you are entitled to, because you bested me at my own game. And I am forever grateful, because you are the best. I'll never say that in a million years, said Tsunade. I'll be dead before I say something like that. Oh, you just watch, said Naruto. Not only you though, the entire world will soon be cheering my name. After all, my greatness had yet to be spread through the elemental nation. He's really full of himself, isn't he? Said Teiwaya. You're telling me, said Tsunade. Cocky and arrogant. I bet he's not even hearing us right now. Locked in his own self-delusional thoughts. Yep, pretty much, said Teiwaya. That is when the door burst open, as Naruto turned towards that Jonin came in, puffing and huffing. What's his problem? Said Naruto. Lady Tsunade, it's urgent. Handing her a scroll, with the symbol for her on it. It was the Kage symbol. This was indeed urgent. As Tsunade read over said scroll, her eyes went wide. What's wrong? Said Naruto, getting serious, seeing that something seemed to be definitely wrong. It's Gaara. He's been kidnapped by the Akatsuki. Gaara? Temari knew Naruto well because he had went to the sand several times on their training trip. As Naruto had seen Gaara rise up towards the heights of becoming Kazekage, Gaara was someone that Naruto could respect so much more than before. As Naruto had believed that Gaara was just a power-hungry monster, that was someone that he could respect as well, someone that was only out for power, to gain strength, to become the greatest. However, when Gar was screaming about his existence being taken away, Naruto was disappointed. However, through his visit to the Sand, Naruto had saw Gar take leadership and become a leader of his village at a very young age, something that Naruto respect. The office started to get hot. Those damn bastards, he said, as Naruto clenched his fists. After he had made his dreams and goal come through of becoming Kazekage, those bastards came after him. Send me on this mission, said Naruto. I'll find him and bring him back to his village, and in the process, rip those Akatsuki scum to pieces. Tsunade looked towards Naruto, overthinking her options. There was not much for her to overthink. Time skip. Because of his experience, Kakashi was placed in charge of the mission, for them to go and track down and retrieve Gaara. They also needed medical help. It turns out that Kankuro was badly wounded. Temari was the one holding up her village at the moment. She had returned a few days ago, and she was the one in charge at the moment, ruling things until Gaara was returned, as Kankuro's condition was getting worse. She thanked the gods when she heard that Konoha Hatima had arrived. As she saw Sakura, Sakura quickly got to work, as Naruto and the others were told the information. Kakashi came up with an idea though, as he summoned his hounds. It was all thanks to Kankuro, as he had woken up and given them a piece of the Akatsuki clothing. So with that, Kakashi was able to sniff out the members. Temari was sitting by herself. She seemed to be lost in her thoughts. Hey, said Naruto, causing her to break out of her thoughts and look up towards him. There's no need to worry or overthink anything. I'm gonna find Gaara, and I'm gonna kill every single one of those Akatsuki members. That I promise you, said Naruto. So as I said, there's no need to worry. Temari couldn't help but feel more reassured hearing that, as Naruto had proven time and time again to come through with the things that he said he was gonna do. She had seen that firsthand as well, when they decided to build more tight bonds between the nations, creating joint missions as her and Naruto had went on missions. They had broken up a trade slaving gang. The things that she saw Naruto did to the people that enslaved kids, well, it was a horrible sight, but those bastards deserve it. I mean, they were kids after all. Enslaving kids, that was beyond. So they deserve it, but still, Naruto had proven to be an unstoppable force, even against all of the weapons and all the men that they sent. Naruto had proven to shut down every single one of them by himself, while she was able to free all of the prisoners. So she had full faith in him that he will get this through. As Naruto walked off, hey, as she glanced up, seeing Teiwai looking at her. Don't get any funny ideas, he's mine. What? Said Temari. I wasn't thinking that, he's just a friend. You keep telling yourself that, but I see the way you look at him just a moment ago. He's one of the hottest guy around. That muscular, rippling body, not to mention charming, and all around the greatest, and beyond powerful. What girl wouldn't want that in her life? As I said, he's just a friend. Well, make sure it stay that way. Huh. I thought you weren't that jealous. What? A bit insecure, Temari asks. As Teiwai simply chuckled at that. What's so funny? Well, I'm not saying that because I am insecure. I'm saying it so your feelings won't get hurt. Because he would turn you down. What? Are you saying that he wouldn't even look my way because of you? Exactly. I mean, have you seen me, said Teiwai? I'm hot. Not to mention, I understand him, I know him. I please him in every way possible. Our bond is deeper than anything you can even imagine. So, I'm just saying that so you won't get your feelings hurt when he eventually turn you down. And what makes you assume that I can't give him those things as well, and that he would turn me down? So you are after him, said Teiwai. What? No, it's just, you were the one that... Teiwai simply laughed. Stupid blondie, she said. Hey, I'm not stupid. As Teiwai had taken Temari's mind off the whole brother being kidnapped, the other one recovering thing. Despite her not showing it more often, Teiwai was a pretty good person. She had changed a lot. Yes, she was still a person that is known for cursing and pissing people off in various ways. and also attacking people when they piss her off, but she knew when people lost someone that it was hard on them. And at the moment, Tamara was going through a lot, so she decided to take her mind off it by making her mad. Tamara came to realize that as well, as the girl had deliberately come to make her pissed off and then, well, just walk away to calm her. And it indeed released some of her stress as she was panting up at the moment. As Kakashi was waiting on his hound as Naruto tapped his foot on the ground, the door opened up, as Naruto heard someone yell, "White Fang!" He turned his head as he saw an old woman running towards Kakashi. She threw her fist forward as Naruto reached and caught said fist. She brought her leg up to kick him. As Naruto looked towards her, raising his hand to slap this woman away. Never seen her before. However, "No, stop!" Tamara called out, knowing that Naruto hits were nothing normal. "Chiyo, calm down," an old man behind her said as he walked up. As Naruto released a fist, "Who is this old bat?" You youngsters, no manners." The woman then looked towards Kakashi. "Oh, you're right," she said. "It's not him, brother," she said, looking towards her older brother behind her. "Well, it seems that way, as he looked really old." Is she crazy?" Naruto asked. "No, she's not. She's one of our elders, Lady Chiyo." "Why did she call you White Fang?" said Naruto. "That was my father's name." "I see. Does your father wear a mask as well?" said Naruto. Kakashi shook his head no. "So why would she think that you're your father?" "I guess you're wrong, Temari. She is crazy." "I'm not crazy," said Chiyo. "And even if I am, young ones should not point that out to their elders. They should have proper respect." "I don't even know you, you old bat," said Naruto. Chiyo glared at him as she shook her head. "Such a vulgar one," she said, as she looked him over. "You are him, I presume." Naruto Uzumaki. "Ah, you know of me," said Naruto. "That's fantastic. I guess you aren't that crazy." Chiyo tilted her head. "And why is that?" "Well, if you know who I am, that makes you automatically uncrazy to me. After all, only great people can know who I am. And now I see you as an old veteran that has been through a lot. So because I know who you are, I'm now an old veteran that has been through a lot. So if I didn't know you, I was crazy. Yes, that's pretty much how it worked." "Does this young one live in his own world or something?" she said, looking towards Kakashi. "You know, some days I believe so," said Kakashi. "And he calls me crazy," said Chiyo. That is when Pakon came back. "Kakashi." "Pakon, what did you find?" Pakon was interrupted as Naruto picked him up. "Tell me, puppy, where are they?" "Hey, I'm not a puppy." "Oh yeah, you're a bit too ugly to be a cute little puppy," said Naruto. "Now speak." Pakon jumped as he scratched Naruto across the face before jumping down. "What the hell is wrong with that mutt?" said Naruto, as Pakon growled at Naruto. He then turned his attention towards Kakashi. "We don't have time for this," said Kakashi. "Pakon, what's going on? What did you find?" As Pakon relayed the information of what he found. "Ah, good," said Naruto, as he started to release a heat wave from his body, making everyone feel warm. "We can hunt those bastards down and rip them apart." A vicious grin on his face. Meanwhile, that was going on outside the Elemental Nation. Lily was in her quarters. It's been some time since she has visited Naruto. The meeting between her and the other elemental gods had went by, and well, they all had different opinion. Groot, the Earth God, believed that they should just leave him be and let him die a mortal life if he was actually a mortal at the moment. Groot had wanted to get revenge after Naruto had slashed him and left him permanently marked, and also killed several of his subordinates. More than several. However, over time he had mellowed out, wanting to just get that behind him, as he didn't want to go through another war. It would just kill more of his comrades. The Lightning God was still pissed off though, as he wanted Naruto to burn for what he did. Pun intended. The Water God seconded that as well. Well, he was the one that wanted Naruto to be killed in the first place. So for now, they came up with the idea of just observing him, as Lily had intervened that they should not move to pose a threat just yet. After all, he could be harmless. The group had looked at her like she was crazy, knowing Sukuna and his rage. But still, They would just observe him for now, but she doubted that would last for too long. As with the water and lightning god working together, it will be soon that they rallied the other, lesser elements and started to pose different alternatives and start to conflict their minds. Damn it. She had to inform Naruto about this. It's time that she told him the truth and what he had to prepare for. Because there was no way that this wouldn't lead to another war. And this time, if things go in the wrong direction, the human world would be involved. And that would just be horrible. And that is something against the law that they could not allow to happen. However, greed and deception is something that is never forgotten. While Lily was thinking that over, Oceanus, the water god, was currently standing in front of a full-length mirror. As the mirror was showing not his reflection but dark colors of electricity. As there was a voice, it sounded distorted and hollowed. What? The voice sounded angry. How can you be alive? We thought you put an end to him. I thought that as well, but apparently he's back. The voice grumbled on the other side. And what do you expect us to do? It's not like we can go ahead to him and defeat him in the state that we've been put through by your people. That was war, and war is war. Do not bring up the past. We've made a deal. Yes, our deal benefited you greatly. Getting rid of the only person that will stand against you in your trivial manners. Because the other elemental gods are too weak to face you. So we helped you, planting false evidence for your stupid people. Now, what about us? We've grown weaker. We are still kept at bay, locked away. And that is what I intend to change, Oceana said. It's time that you gain back some of your power. However, in me doing this, I want you to enter the human realm. What? You know that is forbidden. And besides, with your people, I will handle my people. So, you're doing this behind your back. Of course, Oceana said. If they know what I've been up to, they would condemn me just like they did him. And besides, he's a lot weaker than before, Oceana said. So this will be your chance. Fine. If you allow us to get past and enter the human realm, we will seek him out and slaughter him. That is all I ask. However, if you go against me, I will bring up the wrath of all the elemental gods combined and crush you like what happened in the past. Do you understand? Of course. Why would we go against you? You're the one that is freeing us. With that, they vanish. As Oceanus turned his gaze, in a different dimension, dark and twisted, all that could be seen was electricity, followed by deep, hollowed laughter. Brothers and sisters, it's time. For long we have been locked and cast away. Our power diminished over time. But now, the time has finally come. Wait, another voice spoke up. He's actually making good on his promise. I thought that it was a lie. Me too. Yes, Oceanus did lie about helping us like how we helped him to end that war. So what's going on now then? Another voice spoke up. Well, it seems he needs our help once again. And this time, we are gonna stab him in the back. He thinks that he's in control. But we will burn all those bastard elemental gods. We will take what is rightfully ours. And we will take this whole universe by force. Dark chuckles could be heard all around as the dark elements laugh. Yes, a lot was happening. A whole lot. But guys, leave me and subscribe right here. If you want to see this person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off now, see you guys soon. Peace.